from 5 to 6:15 p.m. Bring the kids to trick-or-treat in costume and make your way through the grounds of the museum as you visit booths decorated by local businesses, civic groups, and organizations in the community. The event is free and all are welcome. Bring the children in costume and stroll the museum grounds on Saturday, October the 28th from 5 to 6:15 p.m. If your business, church, or group would like to participate, call 812-620-7271 or email wslmradio@gmail.com for more information.
Saturday, October 21st will feature racing action from the on-site plumbing, heating, and air Crown Vic Small Track Oval and Figure 8 Series, the Salem Supercars, and the return of the Spooky 200 from Mike's Mufflers and Brakes Crown Vic Big Track Series. There'll also be a Halloween burnout contest Saturday night. Sunday, October 22nd, we'll see preliminary racing action from the Max Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling Legends and the exciting Red Ball Recycling Scrappers, followed by the main event of the weekend, the Kentuckiana Ford Dealers 35th Annual Halloween 200, presented by Red Ball Recycling and NOS Energy Drink. On Saturday, spectator gates open at 1 p.m., racing begins at 5 p.m. On Sunday, spectator gates open at 10 a.m. Racing begins at 1 p.m. Advance tickets are on sale now. More event and ticket information available at www.salemspeedway.com or call 866-2-GO-RACE. Come on out and enjoy a great weekend of racing and Halloween fun.
Do you ever wonder what it would be like to live without hip or knee pain? Schneck Orthopedics and Sports Medicine's new procedure makes it easier than you think. We're proud to be one of the first in the region to offer Mako robotic arm-assisted joint replacement surgery. This latest advancement transforms the way joint replacements are performed. Mako allows your surgeon to provide you with a personalized surgical experience based on your specific diagnosis and anatomy. This means less soft tissue damage and greater bone preservation, less blood loss, less pain, fewer days in the hospital, and faster recovery. Taking a walk, riding a bike, and playing with your grandchildren. These are just a few of the simple joys in life. But for those with bone and joint pain, these simple joys are often too painful or unbearable to truly enjoy. With Mako robotic arm-assisted surgery at Schneck, you can get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at schneckortho.com.
Howdy, folks. Craig Martin at Billy Martin's store. I'd like to start off by saying a big thank you to everyone that voted us the best place to purchase appliances, furniture, and floor covering in Washoe County for another year. At Billy Martin's store, we have so much more to offer our loyal customers. Not only do we carry a complete line of GE, Hot Point, and Speed Queen appliances.
Join us on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. for the Red Hot Stove League for the latest from the Cincinnati Reds, and stay around for Coach's Corner. During the week, you'll also hear from IU and Purdue coaches, as well as updates from Indy Racing, NASCAR, and the Indianapolis Colts. You'll find us on WSLM 97.9 FM and WSLM 1220 AM, along with live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure and follow us all season for a front row seat and a closer look at high school and regional sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach's Corner, and we're live at McDonald's. We are a show that we talk to each one of the coaches, and we get the tough answers that you're looking for on a weekly basis, and we talk about the games before and the games of after, and the games that are coming up. So tonight, you might hear me by myself, because Coach Nate is not with me tonight. He had to get some craniotomy or something done, so I don't know whether he's going to be coming back next week or not. But no, I'm sure he's going to be fine. So if you could just pray for Nate, he'll be better next week. So I'm sure he's going to give me a bunch of crap for everything I've said about him tonight. So tonight we're going to be talking to Coach Fleetwood from over in Pekin area. And how's it going, Coach?
Doing
good, very good. So let's walk through the game that you had last week.
Well, we didn't get the result we wanted. Charlestown was they're pretty athletic, had a lot of speed, and that's something that we struggle with at times, is handling really athletic, quick teams, and kind of got started off rough. They blocked a punt, gave them a short field, they scored, got on top, and offensively, going back to the film, there was a ton of plays where one more guy picks up a block or holds a block for a second. Things turn out a little differently. But like I said, defensively, seemed like they just kept rolling more guys out from the sideline in different numbers, but just as fast as the last guy. So.
Do you notice that we're at the time of the year, we're going into sectionals at this point. Do you notice that you're more injury prone now than what you were even mid-year?
A little bit, I think. Guys are getting a little banged up, and I mean that's football. It's bound to happen. And at the same time, you can't do away with the physicality of practice, because then you don't want to see that translate on Friday night.
Right, absolutely.
So you try to find that balance between going hard against your own guys through the week, and then
let's go hard, don't go quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Go hard, just don't hurt each other. But it's hard to get high school boys to understand that concept sometimes. So, and that's definitely something we've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. Is numbers are getting a little thin in some spots, and we're just trying to keep everybody healthy enough to keep rolling. And
now with the sectionals, the draw that you guys came up with, I think you're playing. Is it? I'm sure it's Crystal
House,
Manual or something out of Indianapolis. How much research has gone into actually? Because I know you've never played them. What's the research like to actually go into a game like this?
Well, we actually did scrimmage them over the summer at camp. We went up to IU for a day.
Yeah.
So we have seen them in person. Of course, that was back in June, so kind of expect them to be a lot better now than they were at that point.
As we all are.
They had some kids with some size on their line. They had some skill guys with some speed, so I think it's probably silly to look at their record and assume too much. We got a couple scout films from them and feel like we got a pretty good idea of what they like to do. Like I said, they do have a couple of kids that are quick and shifty, and we're going to have to contain them and keep, our defense is going to have to step up and shut down and take away what they like to do best.
Absolutely. Now, when you're looking at a defense like they have, do you go more toward a passing defense or a passing offense than what they're? Because I noticed that reading some of the stats, they don't really do well against a passing offense.
They look like they kind of stack the box and hedge their bet to try and stop the run. So we do feel like there's probably going to be some opportunities in our passing game. And, of course, Coach Brad Moore kind of spearheads that side of our offensive game planning, and he does a good job with that. We've got a quarterback that can sling the ball around a little bit.
Absolutely. I've seen that. He's got a nice arm on him.
And, we've got a couple of kids that can catch the ball. And but really just watching film, we're not getting too tricky. We're going to go do well. At this point in the year, there's no point in trying to add a lot of new stuff. You just kind of, Coach Ralston used to like to say, you kind of got to dance with who brung you.
Yeah, exactly. I get that completely. Now will you be going up to there, or are they coming to Beacon?
Yeah, we have to head up to them.
That's the hall.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a ride. We're going to leave Friday afternoon. Luckily, it's parent-teacher conferences. So the kids are off that day from school with the e-learning day. So we actually are, I think, heading out at like 3:30. So we got plenty of time to get there.
It's like 30 minutes before game time. It's like, here's the Mountain Dew, boys. Let's go.
Well, that's always a concern anytime you got a couple hours on a bus.
Right.
You want to make sure that
stiffened up, and
sometimes you forget to get off the bus and play the game when you get there. So we've been talking a lot this week with the kids about don't look past these guys. We felt like we did a pretty good job against them. Like I said, when we did go against them this summer, they were a little rough around the edges. But like I said, that was in June. Everybody was at that point. So we've been trying to get it through the kids' heads to not let that memory kind of dictate how they're preparing for this game.
Absolutely.
And not to look past anybody, because we want to extend it another week. And
absolutely. And looking at like again this time of year, you're losing some seniors. How many seniors are going to be losing this year?
I believe we have, I hate to misspeak, I think we have 7.
Okay, so you have 7 seniors. Now, do you see that role easily, that the gap that's going to be there easily taken over by who's coming up?
We feel like we've got some guys that are going to step up and fill those roles for sure. Fortunately, our junior class is the bulk of our roster right now.
Right.
And most of our skill guys kind of come out of that class. We will lose a couple of skill position type guys. Nathan McBride, he's a running back and outside linebacker for us. That's going to be, he's the kind of kid that's kind of tough to replace because he's a really good athlete. He's played hard.
He's that real big guy, isn't he?
No, I think you're thinking of Braden Jones.
Oh yeah, that's right, Braden Jones.
He's a junior.
He's a monster. He's only he's going to be there next year.
Yeah, he's a.
Y'all better be watching out for this boy.
He's
right
a
here.
good sized lad. McBride is
like a freight train.
McBride's the other kid we run sometimes that's a little shorter and shiftier.
Yes.
But he plays real hard outside. He had a heck of a game for us against Charlestown. The Jones kid was kind of banged up with a foot injury and was trying to limit some of his reps last week to try and get him healed back up some. And Nathan,
it's amazing that's what you got to think about this time of year. It's like we got to get this kid healed up for the next game.
And Nathan stepped in and just did a great job running the ball for us. Made a couple of really good catches and played some tough defense. One of our receivers, Caden Temple, he's a DB and receiver. He actually was injured and hurt his collarbone. So we're going to be without him this week.
So we had to take Gavin down to the ortho on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And she was telling me that she saw him down there, and he was just it hurt to move.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like shuffling. He was in so much pain. So they're actually talking about surgery with that, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe he had surgery yesterday morning.
Okay.
From what his brother was telling me at practice, everything went okay with that. He's
Fantastic.
home. We feel bad for him because he's a basketball first kind of kid.
I know.
And,
yeah.
We got him to come out and play this year. He's been a great addition to the team. He's a great teammate. And we just your heart goes out to a kid like that. Who,
absolutely.
I don't want to misspeak, but I think they are optimistic that maybe he can get back by around Christmas time. So
yeah, with
maybe it won't
with
cost
most
him.
collarbones, it's usually pretty easy to get back. Cause, it's 6 weeks, but with what he had, it was shattered.
Yeah, I guess it was broke pretty badly and had to have surgery on it. So that was a real buzzkill Friday night. To have him, have a kid like that go down. You never want to see anybody hurt.
Absolutely.
But especially somebody who shows up every day with a good attitude and works hard and sets the tone for other kids. And it's ironic because his younger brother Brody's been out with a bad ankle for the past few weeks. And, the odds of getting 2 brothers on the same team, I'm sure their parents are ready to string us up. But and then we have as far as other seniors, we have Waylon Perez. It's been starting on the line for us 3, maybe even a 4-year starter. I don't know if he started as a freshman or not, but definitely the past 3 years, he's a big piece. And Caleb King plays, as our defensive end, plays on the O line. I really don't want to forget Reese Weiniger, another basketball kid that we got to come out this year that's been playing really good for us. I know I'm forgetting a couple. Nathaniel Rankin was a kid that played some defense for us this year and done a good job. He's been around the program for 4 years. I'm going to hear it tomorrow at practice because I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm trying to picture the signs that they have hung up on the fence.
I tell you what, I'm still trying to figure out if it was actually Wednesday or Tuesday. So I completely understand. My mind go way my mind works sometimes. I'm going, okay, do I remember anything from yesterday or the day before? So I completely understand.
But all of the seniors that we do have, you got to give those kids credit because you play at Eastern, you play in the Mid-Southern Conference. It's a tough road to hoe.
It's crazy.
Wins get a little few and far between sometimes, and these kids have
crazy.
These kids have gutted it out and stuck with the program and helped get us going in the right direction. These past
you're
few
a smaller
years.
program, and you're going up against North Harrison, Charlestown, Silver Creek, Salem. These are much bigger schools than what you guys are.
Yeah, absolutely. And people forget that enrollment numbers have a lot to do with more. Football requires a lot of bodies.
Yes.
And people don't realize, like, what do you got, 10 guys on a basketball team, 10 or 12 on a baseball team.
Right.
You can round up a handful of pretty good athletes and throw together a team when you only need a dozen of them.
Right.
But you got to have, numbers to go out and just have good practices in football.
Yeah, just to give you perspective on that, I mean, you have 11 players on the field.
Yeah.
If you show up with 11 players, those kids could be dogs,
Well,
tired by the time you're done, and they're not even going to be able to crawl back on the bus. So I know exactly. So I mean, you're looking at, and that's just that's looking at offense and defense and special teams. I mean, people don't realize that you really need the I always call it the magic 22.
Yeah.
But then you also, it would be nice to actually have some kids for the special teams as well.
Yeah, everybody. Well, you can condition yourself, and a lot of our guys do go both ways this year.
Ironman football.
But at the same time, you're never going to be able to be in peak enough shape to go 100% when you're going both ways.
Right.
I think of it like a battery.
Yeah.
If you can go with a platoon style where you've got guys that play just offense or just defense, then your battery's going to last well into the fourth quarter. And whenever you're pulling double duty, you're going to start being pretty drained by halftime. And somewhere in the third quarter, the legs are going to start getting a little harder to pick up and put down.
And I think one of the first games of the year, I was talking to Austin Roberts, and he goes, I think we were done by the first quarter because of how physical the game it was.
It's funny because I remember before I got into coaching, I worked for the Salem Leader covering local sports.
Yeah.
And I remember Coach Bousman over in West Washington always said that he felt like it took 2.5 varsity games to get into shape.
Yes.
He said the first game, it's impossible to be in football shape by the first game.
Yeah.
Second game, you start to see them kind of get it, and then about halfway through the third game, everybody's tired. They're not complaining about the tiredness anymore. So whether you're in shape or not, the concept of being in shape kicks in somewhere around the third game of the season.
Absolutely.
And that's funny because everybody knows it's a 10-week season, 9-week season, 10 with sectional. You can't show up and give up a third of your season.
No.
Because you're trying to figure out how to get in shape.
Absolutely. That's for sure.
So it's tricky trying to find the balance there of how much do you do in the summertime to kind of prepare for that coming into the season without burning everybody out to the point
and ISHA won't let you do half the things you really need to do.
Yeah, and I'm kind of old school. I'm from your.
Oh yeah.
We kind of came up at the same time.
Yep.
And at least back then with 2-a-days, you knew you had 2 weeks that they were really going to kind of grind your corn.
Yeah.
And try to whip you into shape.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of trying to find that psychological burnout point of these kids still want to have a summer break.
Right.
And you want to get some football stuff done, but at the same time you don't want to show up in the middle of August and everybody's footballed out already.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
we're done. We're ready for Yeah.
And then like you're saying, by this week, 9 weeks in now, some of these guys are just kind of in survival mode.
Right.
You're just trying to get through practice without getting anybody hurt. And
get to the sectional.
Yeah. And you want to keep winning, the seniors for sure. You want to keep showing up. Nobody wants it to be their last Tuesday, Thursday practice, whatever.
Right.
You want to go win on Friday night so you get one more week.
Yep.
And that's kind of where we're at. We think that we got a good shot of going up there and getting a good W. And then if we can get that one, we feel like the second round presents us with some opportunities as well. Not to look too far ahead, but that's kind of what we've been trying to tell these guys is, hey, for once the draw worked out in our favor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because it always seems like you end up drawing the Triton Centrals of the bracket, you know, and for once we didn't, so we want to take full advantage of that. We want to go pick up another win and keep building on what's been a pretty decent season.
Absolutely. Well, good luck this week, Coach, and we'll look forward to hearing the game on Friday night, and you can catch it on WSLM. So just tune in, and we'll see how everything goes at that point. Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Get ready for the new school year with some custom school swag from Tees and Tumblers on the Square in Salem. The new school year and football season is right around the corner, and you'll want to come in and get your school's logo put on a variety of products to show your school spirit. Their back-to-school special is a logo tee of your choice with a tumbler for just $35. Located on the northwest side of the square, Tees and Tumblers offers a variety of pre-printed items, or they can custom make your items in the store. They have custom can koozies, air fresheners, and lots more. The possibilities are as endless as your imagination. Call 812-508-6199 or stop in and see the staff at Tees and Tumblers today.
Are you shopping for a new home or looking to refinance at today's interest rates? FirstHarrisonMortgage.com should be the next stop in your rate shopping. It might just be your last. First Harrison Mortgage offers aggressive rates for first-time home buyers, as well as VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional mortgages. You can even get pre-qualified now to know how much home you can afford. Visit FirstHarrisonMortgage.com today. Equal housing lender.
Hey, and we're back, and we're live. Hey, we're back, and we got Coach Gleason. We've got all the seniors, and we got a freshman here. I mean, we've got some kids here. They all want to kind of introduce themselves. So I'm going to kind of give it to you, Evan, and you tell everybody about yourself, and just let us know what your plans are after football's over, and give us your prediction of the game this week.
Yeah, well, I'm Evan Bowling. My prediction for the game this week is we'll come out on top.
Hang on a second. Okay, go ahead.
Good. All right, so I'm Evan, and I think we're going to come out on top because our demeanor at practice has really been different than ever.
Here, Evan, switch me.
Yeah, switch him.
Yeah.
It was not working.
All right, we good now?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, you're on now.
All right.
On there.
All right, well, I'm Evan Bowling. We're going to be playing Madison this week, and I really think we're going to come out on top this week because at practice this week we have a different demeanor than any other game this year. I mean, we've come out. Our defense is really showing up this week, so that's what we've really been needing. The defensive, like the run, we haven't been stopping as well. And this week at practice, we've been pretty on top of it. I mean, really liking our chances for this week.
I noticed last week you ran the ball really good.
Yep.
What is now? You know, you got Madison this week. Now looking even into the future. Well, I know you wrestle.
Yep.
So you're going to be going right into wrestling right after football is over, and hopefully in 5 or 6 games. Is that right, Coach?
Yeah. Hopefully. Yep.
Yeah.
Wrestling will be up next for me. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Good. Now, and then you're not a basketball guy. You don't really know. What about baseball? Are you into baseball?
Yep. Into baseball too.
Fantastic. All right. Well, let's go on to who's next. We can.
Violet, can you hear me?
Let me see here, Coach. I cannot hear you on that one.
Well, let's go with Blake Lorman next.
Blake?
Thanks, Evan.
One of the blonde-haired bombshells. Is that what we're gonna nickname you on that? Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about Blake Lorman.
Well, I mainly play defense, and I play the whole game, so I think we're going to do pretty good on defense.
Yeah.
We've been practicing real hard at defense and their plays and everything, so I think we're going to lock them up.
So what's some of the things that you're looking to do after football this year?
I plan on working for my dad.
You work for your dad, and he owns an air conditioning company, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort, yeah. A little plug there, but yeah. So when you're preparing for a game, what's some of the rituals that you go through to prepare for the game on Friday night? When you get ready to get on that bus or you get ready to go out on that field, what's something that you do every week that prepares you for that game?
Listen to music.
There we go. Yeah. Now, are you a hardcore rapper, or you more like a R&B,
no,
jazz, or
some rap, country too.
There we go. Yeah. All right, sounds great. All right, who's next? We got Harley Shockey.
Before Harley gets on, let me comment on Evan and Blake real fast. Evan has been one of the best football players on the field, both offensively, defensively, special teams. Seems like he's making every tackle. And whenever we need a big run, I mean, he's making those plays.
Absolutely.
I mean, last week it was just defensively we had to put him in a spot that he hadn't played before all season. But I mean, I think we could put him anywhere. It's free safety, corner, whatever, and he would do the job. And we put him in a defensive end last week, and he helped us stop the West Washington offense. And then Blake on defense as a corner has just been a mainstay all year. He got injured early in the year, so he lost a little bit of time. But he's been back these last few weeks.
What was the injury, Coach?
He had a injury to his leg.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So, big injury. Yep.
Yeah. So and he was out 3 to 4 weeks. It was just one of those nagging type things that just really wasn't serious, but it just nagged. And then he finally got back here the last few weeks, and then so that's Evan and Blake, and now we got Harley coming on here. Harley's a corner for us, played some receiver as well. Had a big pick six against Corydon way back early in the year to help us win that game. And then last week make some big defensive plays for us in the secondary to help stop that West Washington run game. And so here's Harley.
Absolutely. So Harley, what's some of the rituals that you do that before the game that when you get ready to go out on that field?
I listen to music like Blake, and
you listen together. Do you have like a set of AirPods that you? So you do. You listen together.
Put one in.
Put one in together. Yeah. Now you guys hang out quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's some of the things that you're looking forward to doing after football?
I'm gonna wrestle this year again.
Now, what weight are you at this year?
Either 120 or 126.
120, 126. So that's a good weight. So that's a tough weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to Friday night and see what you guys do on Madison. So who we got? We got Zane. Let's go with Zane. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Zane.
Hey.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Zane. Where are you at in where are you at in the program? What position do you play, and just give us a rundown on what you do.
So basically on offense, I'm a wingback. I do a lot of blocking, help Dane get all those yards he's got.
Yeah, he did,
and,
which is a lot.
Yeah. And on defense, I'm a safety.
Yeah.
And kind of creep down in the box, make tackles inside.
That's right. Yeah. So now you're also wrestling.
Yes.
Okay. So when you go up against Madison this week, okay, what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on offense, defense, or are you going to be you're kind of everywhere, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's something that you're going to use to prepare for this week?
I don't know, really. Just
have you been watching film quite a bit on Madison on what they're doing?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of film. Kind of just.
What's some of the plays that they do that that you're going to be looking for?
Their favorite play is buck. They do a lot of buck sweep, which is really our main play.
Right.
And my job is really to watch the tight end, see where he blocks, and
read and react.
Spot. Yeah.
Yep. Read and react. Yeah. Awesome. And Coach, so tell me a little bit about these two guys here.
Well, Zane he's made some big plays all year. He had a heck of a run in that game against Corydon where he broke a couple tackles. It was just tremendous and kind of put that he's been as a wingback you don't get as many carries, but when you do get to carry the ball, a lot of times it's for big plays.
Absolutely.
And he had a big pass play to Shockey early in the year on a halfback pass. That was exciting. And then Zane's been a regular on our defense, making lots of tackles.
Yep.
As he said earlier in the interview there, he's creeping up in the box, making so our safeties are a little unique, that we play them a lot like linebackers.
Yeah.
So they got to make tackles and things like that. And he's done a tremendous job of creeping up there in the box and being that third, fourth linebacker
right.
for us. And he made some big plays last week. Came in the game, got a 2-point conversion. That was huge. And we ran a little reverse play a couple times. That gave us a big lift. It's going to be tough to replace all these guys, and that's great. But as we go forward, so hope this season continues on a lot longer than 1, 2, 3 weeks. Hopefully it goes a lot longer than that. But
now we got the leg coming.
So who we got now? Johnny Talley.
Here comes the leg.
Tell you, Johnny is he's perfect on extra points. 15 out of 15. I think he's 15 out of 15 or something like that on PATs. He kicked a big field goal earlier in the year. Just haven't had many opportunities to kick field goals.
Right.
But the weapon he was last week against West Washington, kicking the ball in the end zone every time, or almost every time, was a huge reason for our victory.
Yeah.
It's tough when you start on the 20-yard line every time.
Right.
That West Washington had to, and so his leg was a huge weapon, and it's been a weapon all year. It's just been a pleasure to know that you got a solid kicker.
Right.
And he's done everything, and he had a great soccer season.
Yep.
I mean, he set the school record for goals in a game. Is that right? 8 goals in a game, I think. 9 goals in a game. So I'll just lay out
the record, isn't it? Isn't 9 the record?
So here's Johnny. There you go.
So I've got lots of admiration for you, and I'll tell you why. So my son has literally watched you since you very first started kicking the football. And that's what he told us when he went to West Washington. He goes, well, Dad, I'm like, I didn't know you kicked the ball. And he goes, well, I've watched Johnny Talley for the last 6 years. So what made you want to go from soccer to football?
Well, Hartsfield came up to me one day at practice, and it was at soccer practice. He said they were looking for a kicker. I still barely know anything about football.
Right.
I went into it, and they basically just said, Tally, it's your turn to go kick.
Yeah.
I didn't know when I was. I basically held my ball in my teeth. They told me when to go in.
Yeah, it's funny because when you first started playing, your dad used to step by me and everything, and I watching you over and over, over the years, and I would always hear this, let's go Tally, tally ho, we would hear that from your dad all the time, and that would just crack me up. Well, so with the amount of kicking that you've done, is it something you're going to look for in the future? Are you looking to go to college for soccer, or for football, or maybe even both? Because I know in some situations, soccer and football is in a different area of the year for some colleges.
I don't think I'll be looking for it in the future. I think I'm going to be focusing more on my studies. If I wanted to play college, I would want to play big.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm at that skill level to be able to play at that level that I would want to.
Oh, we get you to Harvard or Stanford. Or
Yeah.
Get you to Alabama, Mississippi. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, all right, we have Joel. Joel, I have to say, I'm sorry, guys. Joel's one of my favorites. I'm sorry, but the reason Joel's one of my favorites is because, I have asked Joel to do things, when it comes to, mulch and stuff like that, and he was like, boom. He never said no. He never said I was busy. He just jumped right on it. So that's what kind of kid Joel is. I mean, I know Joel. He's probably one of the hardest working kids that I know that at Salem High School. So what's something that you're wanting to do after high school?
Welding.
Welding.
Yeah.
So now, are you going to Prosser currently for welding?
Yeah.
All right, great. And this is of course the final year. So with football, because I know you're kind of everywhere with football because you can do almost everything. So and I know that because I've seen it. What's something that you're wanting to accomplish the rest of this year? What's something that you're wanting to accomplish when it comes to football for the rest of the year?
Everybody on the section.
There we go. That's right. So when football is over, are you going to be wrestling again this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be wrestling. Are you a baseball guy?
No.
Okay, so you're looking for wrestling, and then you're going to go straight into to the workforce when it comes to, because I know I've even heard people talk, and they said, you know what, we want to hire Joel when he gets out of high school. I got 3 employers that said that about you. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who they are either, so I'm going to leave that in suspense for you. So who do we got next? We got we got Peyton Shockey. Yes, we got to get Peyton in here because I don't care what anyone says. Peyton Shockey is my favorite Shockey.
Before we talk to Peyton, I'm going to talk about Joel a little bit. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. Wow, what a great all-around football player. He's a mainstay on our O-line and our D-line. He does a great job we do a lot of pulling and kicking out, a lot of pulling and leading, and he's taken that really. I mean, he might be one of the best that I've ever had in the last 15, 20 years. As far as, and he's not big. I mean, that's what. Right. But he's got a motor, and he's got a motor offensively, defensively. We do a little thing, some things differently defensively, but he has taken to it and is really, he's made a lot of tackles for. He might be leading our team in tackles for loss. He's close to it, if not.
Yeah.
But just he's been a mainstay on both our O line and D line. And you look at him, and he looks like he'd be a running back or a linebacker, not a lineman.
Right.
But he you never hear anything. You never hear any complaints out of him. He just does his job, and that's offensively we've had some pretty good success here these last 6-7 weeks. We put some points on the board, and a lot of it has to do with him on that O line.
Right.
But Peyton Shockey here's a freshman. Yep. So we've got 3 more years with him, but Harley's little brother. So man, he had a big JV kickoff, a big JV game last week. We beat Charlestown in JV, and he had a big kick return for a touchdown and made some great plays on defense. So here he is.
Oh, Peyton Shockey. I'm just going to tell everybody, that Peyton is my favorite Shockey of all time, and I don't care what Spud says, I don't care what Harley says, and Zane, no, not even close. You are the man when it comes to the Shockey family. So just to let you know, and Harley's not too happy about that right now, but I don't really care. But I have said one of my favorite memories with you. So we're playing. We're going into we're playing. I think it was North Harrison. We're playing North Harrison, and I'm out there on the field. I don't have nothing to do because I'm going. Okay, we're getting beat so bad. I'm going. We got to do something. And I looked at Peyton and I said, Peyton, we're doing the Statue of Liberty play. And he looked at me and he goes, what's the Statue of Liberty play? So right there on the field, I had to teach Shockey. I had to teach Gavin. Everybody on the line, I had to teach what the Statue of Liberty play was. And it was a success because of you. Yeah.
Remember, I jumped up to grab it.
Yeah. It was funny, but I got it on film. He actually jumps up, grabs the ball, and runs around the corner. And did we get a touchdown from that?
No, we threw it in.
Oh, but we had a heck of a run on that, though, didn't we? That was great. So, are you excited about the next 3 years?
Yeah.
All right. You been working your butt off?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
APC class. Pretty nice. I love that class.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's what we need. You need to get as many people in that class as possible, especially on the football team. So,
yeah.
So anything that you look forward to in the near future? Because you're not a wrestling kid.
Oh, basketball.
You're the only one here that plays basketball. Yeah. And he's the shortest one here. Like Steve offered, you're short, but you run around everybody and make the shots, right?
Kind of.
All right. Well, you want to hand the mic back to Coach? We'll talk about this week and find out what's some of the strategies for this week, Coach.
Well, just want to say, it's always difficult when a new coach comes in. You change everything. You change philosophy. You change offenses. You change defenses. You change just about everything on how you do things. And these guys have done everything we've asked them to do. And it's as a teenager, it's not fun for change. Nobody likes change.
Right.
And so it's all new, and as our seniors, as I said to all our guys, they were kind of like rookies this year because it was all new to them too.
Right.
So as freshmen, so that's a tough place to put it, to be in as a senior, and you get a new coach coming in with new terminology, new system, new this, new that, new everything. And these guys have done everything that we've asked them to do, and that's the reason why we're kind of, finishing on here on a good note here towards the end of the year, and hopefully we can continue it on. So.
Yeah, because if you think about it, these guys here, you guys started out with RJ, then you went from RJ, then you went to Blair. Now we're going on to Coach Gleasing. So to be able to go with the diversity they've had over the last 4 years, it seems like it's coming together for them.
Yeah, it takes a while, and these guys have been patient, and it's worked out. I hope they their experience has been great, and hopefully we can continue. And they're a big reason why, we've won 2. We won 2 last year, so we've won 2 now. Hopefully we can get to 3. Yeah. And that's the goal, and then that means that's a big improvement from what we've had last year. So that's what we want.
Well, let's go into next week.
Yep.
So we're going into the Friday night. Playing Madison, I think that they have actually a worse record than Salem does. We're looking at a team that they run a lot of the same offenses as what you do. Is that correct?
They run a wing T style. They were. It's funny because in our scrimmage we scrimmaged them in the Jamboree. They were kind of more of a spread team, but then as the season's gone on, it's more wing T with a tight end, and they like to run. They've got a couple of good players. They run that buck sweep pretty well, and then they can throw it a little bit. They've had a lot of injuries. They had 15. I think they only dressed maybe 25 kids last week in their game against Milan. So I imagine a lot of those guys will be back this week playing. Everybody's saving them for the sectional, but yeah, they've been hit with the injury bug, I think, all year long, and that's kind of why their scores are the way we see them on there. They've struggled a little bit, and they just seems like every time they get something going, then it struggles. They had Mitchell beat. They were ahead on Mitchell in the fourth quarter, or were close to beating them, and Mitchell scored a late one to win that game.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I mean, I wish you the best of luck this week, and go over and get the win, because that game is actually at Madison.
We are at Madison, so my forecast is for rain, I think, or so.
Well, you guys had no problem in the rain, because I think that's what happened last week. It was like, as soon as you guys were down, and then as soon as the rain hit, it was like, oh, you guys turned it on with the rain game.
Well, hopefully that maybe it pays off. I don't know, but there's a lot of things in a football game that go right, go wrong. You can go back and look at 1 or 2 plays and say, did this happen or that happened? Right. We can do that for every game.
Right.
But it just so happened we were fortunate enough to come out on top this past week. But going to Madison on the turf, good news is we've already played there. Yeah. We played the Jamboree and the scrimmage there way back in August. Seems like about 6 months ago, rather than about just a couple months ago. Right. So that's pretty cool that we get to go back there, and then we'll see what happens. We take them one game at a time, but if we do happen to win, and we're fortunate enough to win, we get a home game. So I'm proud of. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on last week's win.
Thank you.
I mean, you guys worked your butt off to get it, so I'm proud of all of you, and I've known all of you since you were this big. So we're really excited with what's coming up in the sectional. So go get after it, boys.
Yeah, they're a good group, and it's like I said, it's tough, and we've been real close. I mean, we lost to Pekin on the last second, blocked field goal, and then we had Scottsburg down. We had we were in the game with Springs Valley until it kind of got out of hand late. Right. But so it's not like we've been getting blown out.
Right.
We've been in football games, so hopefully maybe we've turned the corner a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and and I've always talked about and I've always heard about the season's great, but here's something, boys. I want you to understand. The season's great, but guess what? It's about the second season, and that's what you're going into Friday night. You're beginning the second season, and that second season is actually more important than these season wins. So remember, when you're going into the second season, that's when you need to crank out the win. Every game, make it a win, so that way you can actually make it to that championship in the second season.
We always talk about one of my goals always as a coach for our team is to play in November. We want to play football in November.
Yes.
And in order to do that usually means the sectional championship game.
Yeah.
We want to play into November. So hopefully we think we're playing our best football of the year right now. Hopefully we're peaking out, and this is where we're playing our best.
Absolutely.
That's how it should be. Hopefully we can continue it. But we'll have a big challenge ahead of us.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you, Coach, very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll look forward to seeing you on Friday night.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back right after this commercial break.
It's almost time for Halloween Boo Bash 2023, coming up at the Stevens Memorial Museum in Salem on Saturday, October the 28th from 5 to 6:15 p.m. Bring the kids to trick-or-treat in costumes and make your way through the grounds of the museum as you visit booths decorated by local businesses, civic groups, and organizations in the community. The event is free and all are welcome. Bring the children in costume and stroll the museum grounds on Saturday, October the 28th from 5 to 6:15 p.m. If your business, church, or group would like to participate, call 812-620-7271 or email wslmradio@gmail.com for more information.
If you're looking for the best Mexican food, stop in today at El Camino in Salem. And don't forget to stop in before the game or come in up until 10 p.m. on Friday or Saturday. Come in during lunch for great specials during the week starting at just $5.65. The Speedy Gonzalez for $5.65. A taco lunch, $5.65. The quesadilla or enchilada lunch for just $5.65. Or try your choice of lunch fajitas for $9.95. Or the burrito zapada. New menu coming soon at El Camino in Salem. And they're hiring servers. Weekly specials include Tuesday's taco special. Buy 3, get 1 free. And Sundays, kids' meals are half price. Whether you stop in before or after the game, El Camino's is something for everyone in the family. Open till 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. And weekdays 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Stop in at 403 South Main Street in Salem. Or call ahead at 812-586-0199 for carryout.
This is Becky White from Wslm, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Are you ready for some football and fantastic deals on wheels? John Jones Auto Group is here to kickstart your season with unbeatable savings at all 4 of our locations. That's right, we're conveniently located in Salem, Corden, Greenville, and Scottsburg. Score big this football season and drive away a winner with John Jones Auto Group. Our dedicated team is committed to helping you find the perfect vehicle that suits both your style and your budget. Whether you're looking for a tough and versatile truck to tackle any challenge, or sleek and fuel-efficient sedan to zip through traffic like a star player, we've got you covered. Plus, don't overlook our certified pre-owned vehicles that offer affordable reliability. Get ready to do a happy touchdown dance because we're offering incredible finance options. Our finance team will work their magic to secure the best rates and terms tailored to your needs. Touchdown! And there's more. John Jones Auto Group is offering game-changing incentives, lease specials, and low APRs. Make this the perfect time to drive home, a deal you won't find anywhere else. Don't fumble this opportunity. Visit John Jones Auto Group today at any of our 4 locations. Or you can check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com. And remember, you see so many because they paid so little.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back and we're live at the Salem McDonald. And we have interviewed 2 of our coaches here, and we're getting ready to go with interview number 3. And hey, look, just walked in. Ryan Larimore just walked in the studio, walked in the McDonald's here, so let's get him on the that one wasn't working. Try that one, Ryan. Let's see. Yeah, who knows? I'm new at this. Are you there? Oh no, there you are. There you are.
Yeah, we're plugging on.
Yeah. Okay. Or let's see. You got headset number 1. So nice you finally make it. I'm glad.
Chicago traffic is horrible.
Oh yeah, Chicago is. That's no fun regardless of when or where you go. So hey, we got Jeremy on the line. Jeremy, it started out to be an amazing game on Friday night. Then it hit.
Yes, sir. So first of all, congrats to Salem football. I thought they played a fine game. Hats off to them. That's always a very emotional game. It was an electric atmosphere. It was a great night to play football. I thought both teams did a great job, came out, competed, tooth and nail to the end. But congrats to them, especially their seniors, Shockey and Lorman and Talley and Bowling and Dalton and Altemeyer. That's a special game for anybody, especially when you're a senior. And, those guys get to have bragging rights for the rest of their life. And congrats to those guys. But yeah, absolutely. It was a heck of a ball game. You go through lots of dips and valleys in football games, and that one certainly had all of it. I think the best way to explain it is momentum. Momentum is a very powerful thing, and we talk about momentum a lot. Most of the time, when you talk about momentum, you talk about it on the positive end of it. And of course, early on in the game, we really felt like we had that momentum, and there's an argument that the first 2 and 3 quarters of football that we might have been playing some of our best football of the year. And then certain things happen. There's several things you can put your finger on, but bottom line is it's a collective group of things that happen, and those things happened, and we lost the momentum, and Salem did a great job of capturing that momentum, and they come out on top, and it's just you tell your kids at the end of the game, fellas, you did everything right. You prepared the right way. You played with great intensity. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you want them to work out. And I think it's important at that point, you reassure them how proud you are of them. You reassure how much love you have for them. And then, of course, moving forward, we still have a very positive outlook on our football team. And super proud of them, and this week's been all about getting back to work. And the first day, fortunately we've got a week off, so we've got a bye, so we got to spend a little time to knock the funk off, and then we've been able to get some fundamental work in, and just kind of ease back into flying around on the football field, and understanding that we still have football games to play. We still have a very positive outcome. We still feel really great about our football team.
Coach, when you look at that game, what shift did you notice? Did they come out and, after halftime, was they running something different, or what did you notice besides the rain? Because I know the rain was an absolute just. When it started raining, I was like, "Oh, this is horrible." And my wife and my Grayson had the rain suits, and I'm sitting there with my coat on, and I'm going, I'm freezing to death. So. What was the shift that you noticed in the game?
Well, bottom line, like I mentioned earlier, you can try to put your finger on, a couple different things. It generally becomes a collection of events. The main difference is we turned out to be -1 in the turnover ratio, and our goal is always +2. We preach to our kids +2, we win, and a botched punt snap when the weather got bad, and we kind of had a weird takeaway fumble right before half. Then we had another snap issue. Bottom line, at the end of the day, we ended up -1, and that is always, we preach. We don't really talk about a whole lot of stats at West Washington. We get really excited about the final score statistic, and the next one is that turnover ratio, and we turned out to be -1.
Yeah, I noticed at the end of the game, we had that amazing pass, that was to Grayson McCoy, and it was an amazing pass. I'm thinking, he's wide open, and I've seen that pass several times this year, and Grayson's normally always made it.
Yeah, like I said, it's there's a collection of things, a lot of things that people are going to play over in their head over and over again. Grayson's been a great playmaker for us. He's an awesome kid. One of our seniors that we're super proud of. We honored our seniors Friday night. We have 12 of them plus a manager. That makes 13. Those kids we honored before the game: Clark Nance, Jackson Cameron, Titan Williams, Zach Snyder, Kenton Chase, Cash Long, Grayson McCoy, Caden Abbott, Peyton Schneck, Dylan Keller, Caden Clooney, KT Cruz, and our manager, Alton Lundergan. Just super proud of those kids. Super proud of the commitment they've made to West Washington football. And, we are forever in debt to those young men, and not only what they've given us on and off the field, but the lasting impression and example that they've left for our future teams to come.
Right. I've talked to the other coaches about injuries. We're looking at a time of year to where injuries is kind of a major talk about right now, just because we're at the end of the year and we're getting ready to go into our second season here. What a blessing it was actually get the bye for you guys to go into this next game. What are you looking for in the next game that you guys? Are you going to be going to watch the Spring Valley game? Because that's pretty much the next game we're going to have, isn't it?
Well, we're going to play the winner of Spring Valley and South Spencer, and however that shakes out, we will be on the road. We will be traveling to those schools and take care of business there, and then we get the sectional final at home. I'm not really going to anticipate how those games are going to turn out. You spend week one, like I said, we've had a little extra time to knock some dust off and work on some things. As proud as we are of our kids and how they played, and obviously a very, very competitive contest that could have gone either way last weekend. You still got to address the issues, and there's things out there, and obviously we've got that extra week to just take care of West Washington and take care of the things we need to clean up, and then once that opponent shakes out on Friday night, then we'll really get into game planning the future opponent.
Fantastic. All right, Coach. Well, I look forward to actually, I say this not in a bad way, but I look forward to not having to go to the football game on Friday because it's going to be raining. And after last week, I was like, man, last night we actually went to the Powder Puff game. They have a Powder Puff game at West Washington still, which was so much fun, I have to say, because it was great because I was actually heckling you and the other refs, and I was, my son was, he was coaching the 10th graders, and so I was, yelling, go juniors, just to, mess with him, and it was a lot of fun. The thing the kids had a ton of fun. They practiced a couple weeks building up to it, and it's fun to see the girls go out there and compete and go outside of their comfort zone. And of course, Coach Nance and I, we refereed it, and of course the football boys, they coached the teams, and man, it was a great crowd, and it was a good night for it, and happy to see those kids out having fun. Yeah, and I have to say the sophomores did win, so great. Gavin came home last night and he goes, "That's my first win as a coach, Dad." I said, "Yeah, how's it feel?" He goes, "Not as good as a win as a player." I said, "Yeah, I know, son." But yeah, the sophomores won, so next year they're going to be juniors, so they'll have freshmen, sophomores coming up against them, and also a senior class. So, but Coach, it was great talking to you. Like I said, look forward to not having to go to a game on Friday night, but I'll be listening to the other ones on the radio. So we'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Thank y'all very much. We really appreciate what you do.
Hey, thank you, Jeremy.
Take care.
I didn't invite you up to the booth at the West Washington.
But here's the problem when you go to the booth in West Washington, and I'm saying this to whoever designed the booth in West Washington. You got to walk down from the bleachers all the way down to where the concession stand, where they're selling the amazing, the amazing ribeye sandwiches, and then you go through the gate, and you have to walk all the way back down to where you were sitting to begin with, then up 9 flights of stairs.
Yep.
We need to change that. We need to have
and we need a partition because me and Claude would get the BS.
Yes.
And if me and Claude go way back, they would be over talking, and I'd be like, "Oh crap, we're back on the radio."
We're on the radio, and I'm sitting there talking to Claude. But Claude is honestly, he's done that for so long.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good at doing it.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to say about Claude, I love Claude, but he needs to get a little bit more enthusiastic when it comes to third down. I mean, this is third down West Washington. It's like, come on, or third down Salem. It's like, get on your feet, West Washington. This is third down. Let's go. Come on.
Well, I tell you what, I know I just got here. I was listening to you on the way in, and I apologize. I really wanted to be here today. Nate left you hanging.
Yeah, he's getting some colonoscopy or something. I don't know.
Oh, I hope he was.
Appendectomy or.
But no, I think you guys have done a good job tonight. And nice to hear the seniors from Salem, but what a game! I know we talked about it. That was, and I wanted to talk to Lowry a little bit. I really think that West Washington packed.
They are, yes.
Nate, McCoy, who's the number 8 tailback?
Clark? No, not Clark.
Anyway.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. They are fast. They remind me of the South Boys. They weren't real big. Now, you have got some stud linemen.
Yes.
Size on the line, but your backs were small, but fine. Yeah, we couldn't touch them.
Yeah.
They turned that corner, and I really think, and I said it, I don't know if you listened to the game, but I said late after halftime, it's going to be a different game. Of course, I'm biased to say that.
Well, and we talked when when I, at halftime, I was coming back. You was heading to go get you another one of those ribeye sandwiches.
Sold out.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. Everybody, I'm just gonna tell you. But and we talked. When the rain comes, you think it's going to be a completely shifted game, and I'm like, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me because the rain does amazing things, and it takes me to a game that I watched with Robin Williams. Remember the movie with Robin Williams in it? Where? Oh, okay. So he was a football player in this movie, and he.
Nanu?
No, not Nanu. No, he was a football player, and so he set up this this game where he's like 38 years old. And he's like, we need to get the team back together. We need to play the championship game from 1978 or whatever it was. And so they're all out there, middle-aged guys out there playing this game, and the whole town shows up to it, and they're losing, and then it starts to rain, and then it completely shifts to their favor, and it's like that. When I'm watching that game, West Washington State, that's exactly what it reminded me of, and I know you're older than me, so. So I can't believe you don't know this stuff.
I graduated in '96. I heard you graduated.
Oh God!
So I was supposed to be a 95 model, but third grade was just a bear.
That was horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Third and second grade?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Yeah, third grade was a killer.
Yeah.
But no, I really think that took a step away from West Washington last season.
I think it did, too.
And that weather could have been more. Salem is not a big place.
Right.
They're a grind down the field, and that was perfect for the rain.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. Like Coach did there was a couple throws. That surprised me that the numbers flipped like that. But I thought we had more than I know. It was a good game. It was
honestly, it was a good game.
A very good game.
I was listening to you and Nate on the radio and also watching the game. So, kudos for you guys. I think you guys, called a pretty fair game. I mean, it was.
I tried.
It was hard. It was very hard because I know you're like, diehard black and gold. You bleed black and gold. So,
it was hard.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes right down to it, it's the Washington County rivalry.
It is.
And I think this is the first time in years that I remember that there was a three-way tie for county championship.
Yeah.
That's weird. That never happened.
Yeah, it's been a crazy. Yeah, usually there's one dominant team.
Absolutely.
And, and I said it. I have a lot of friends out at West Washington, and it was almost like going to a family reunion. Now it's like I'm Newcastle. Half of my family was southern and central Indiana, and the other half, Fort Wayne, get together at West Washington.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was nice to see a lot of the team in a while out there, and I wish them the best of luck. But I'm glad the Lions won.
Oh. And everyone's asked me, wins and losses and things like that, and I've got to say, of course, I want West Washington to win. But I also know all those kids from Salem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one thing that I want everyone to understand. Yeah, my son goes to West Washington. I wanted them to win because of that reason. And I wanted Salem to win because I know a lot of those kids on that team. So for everyone out there, I want them to understand that it's not just a West Washington Salem thing. It's not just an Eastern Salem West Washington thing. This is the county, and if West Washington makes it to the state championship, if Salem makes it to the championship, whoever you should be supporting.
Exactly. I remember the last, as diehard Salem fan as I am, when West Washington made semi-state last, I was out there with Salem Cannon shooting that thing off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I've been back. I'll be pulling for
Absolutely.
Easter this week,
Absolutely.
Yeah. After as long as we're not playing each other.
Absolutely.
I'm rooting for.
Yep.
But when we're playing.
Oh yeah.
I tried to be neutral.
Well, it didn't. I mean, it showed not so great, but I mean, it was.
Now is Chase before 18?
Yes, they're seniors.
Thank God.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But from what I understand, talking to the middle school coach, there's some kids that are coming. I guess we're losing like 12 seniors this year at West Washington.
I was surprised to hear that.
There's a lot of seniors. But from what I understand is a lot of the kids that are coming in from middle school to ninth grade, there's some monsters and there's some big kids coming through there. So, we're looking at a time of year that's what we got to look forward to. We got to look forward to what's next.
Hey, you guys have got the pipeline is full for you guys.
Yeah.
Jeremy is a great coach. He's got a program going down there, and I cannot believe we're getting ready to start section. This year, it just flew by so quick.
It did. And looking at on how how it started and how it ended for not just us, but other families within the Washington County, collarbones, ankles, legs, shoulders. I mean, there's several different injuries. And that's what kills me more than anything. Is I always tell everybody, I don't care if you lose. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Exactly. Well, look at North Harrison last year. Did you hear about them?
Yeah,
they ended up having to forfeit the game at halftime.
Halftime, they forfeited the game because of so many injuries.
Yeah.
Now, here's my thought. Is Providence, they were playing Providence, were they?
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Are they that mean and ruthless?
They're studs this year.
Yeah.
They're studs this year. I know they're undefeated. They're, when they put the hurting on when they put the hurting on Charlestown, I'm telling you, that quarterback, he looks like a college player.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, I wish I could have been here talking to Alex. That boy, I'm going to pull him to the side. He's good enough. D1.
Yeah.
How many kickoff touchbacks do you see in high school? Not many.
Not many, no.
And his field goals, I know you haven't been to all our games. He went for a 48-yard field goal, and it was perfect right down the center.
Right.
And this was from the left hash mark. Perfect right down the center, but it was only like a yard or two short.
Right.
And if he were getting college and they work with him on that, I think he's got this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of kids coming up within all of our entire county that I truly think that we'll see in the future. I really do. So.
I want to say one more thing that's not football related. If anybody listening, I hope it's okay. I say this to Becky. We are in dire need of finding somebody to call the girls and boys varsity basketball team. We're WSLM.
Okay.
So if anybody has any interest, I don't know basketball. I've got a son that's probably going to be a star basketball player.
Yeah.
He's 13 years old, football, but I don't know much about basketball. So we are in dire need of radio people for Salem girls and boys basketball.
So if you know anybody that parents, that's how I got started in this. That's how you got started in this too.
Yeah,
so
I told Greg that's a thing to get some older retired guys that love basketball. That's just perfect.
Right. Absolutely. Because I don't know anything about basketball either. Gavin plays basketball, and I'm like, and not that I don't think basketball is an important sport. I don't know anything about it. So
I know they call false starts, and they look and go, no, it's a travel.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. False start, what? All right, man. Hey, it was great. I'm glad you showed up.
Yeah, they're late to never.
Absolutely.
Thanks for filling in. You did a good job.
Hey, I'm willing to do it anytime I can. So
thanks to all the coaches. Good luck to all the county teams this week.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, this weekend, next week, I can tell you, it's going to be second season, man.
Yep. Yeah, this is when it matters. That's what I was going to be talking earlier, real quick. The records aren't on the plaques.
Yeah.
It's what section championship.
Right.
Championship. The records aren't on them.
Right.
Well, thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem, buddy. And we'll be back on. And you going to be back here Friday night?
Well,
yeah.
I'll be up in Madison.
Well, you'll be in Madison Friday night, so everybody tune in to WSLM on Friday night, and
97.9 will be the Salem game, and 12:20 a.m. will be the Eastern game.
And I tell you what, we're ready for this second season to start. So thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you on Friday.
Are you shopping for a new home or looking to refinance at today's interest rates? FirstHarrisonMortgage.com should be the next stop in your rate shopping. It might just be your last. First Harrison Mortgage offers aggressive rates for first-time home buyers, as well as VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional mortgages. You can even get pre-qualified now to know how much home you can afford. Visit FirstHarrisonMortgage.com today. Equal housing lender.